Hello everyone, welcome back to the workshop. On Sunday's video, my massive tool haul video, I had these two tools as the star buys. But since then, I've had a chance to take a look at this little fellow right here. And I've decided that I'm going to add it to the star buys from Sunday. Why is this? Okay, so I've got both of these footprint wrenches on the same morning. This one here cost me £1 and this one £2.50. Looking at them both, as far as I can see, they are both NOS, new old stock. This one here I believe to be a 1970s vintage wrench, and this one here goes even further back and might even be 30s or 40s, maybe 50s possibly, but it's a lot older anyway. And like this one here, it's never been used as far as I can see. Neither of them have ever been used. The other thing I'm going to be taking a quick look at today is this little fellow here, but we'll have a look at that later on. Anyway, let's just have a look at these two, and we'll start with I have a whole bunch of these of similar vintage. Well, I think this one might be a bit later than the other ones I've got, because this one's got the embossed pivot pin here. You can see footprint there. Let's just get it apart, we'll have a look at it. Okay. Right, and there's one or two interesting things on this. For a start, the this bit here is very clean here. Look, the stampings in here is very, very clean, so it's had no wear there at all. There doesn't appear to be any wear on the jaws. But what caught my attention this morning while I was looking at, because I've given this a clean up, this tool a clean up, so that we can actually handle it without getting too dirty. But just look at these holes here, guys. Look, they're as fresh as the day they were stamped at the factory. Because obviously they were been punched out, and they've been punched out from this side here. But look, you can still see all of the sharp edges here. Look at that. All of the sharp edges. Now, if this tool had been used, these would have worn off by now, especially at this sort of vintage. And look at the forging mark here. Look, crisp. Same on the top, absolutely crisp. This tool has never been used as far as I can see. The handle itself is also clean. No hammer marks on here at all. I did think it had been used as a hammer, because we do actually have a little bit of a burr right there, as you can see. Is it on the other side as well? Yeah, got a little bit of a burr, but that's only due to the grinding. That's definitely not been hammered, because it would be flat. You can see the little teeth marks there from the grinder. Look, so that's all that is. Look how clean the teeth are as well. Look. All nice and clean inside too. No rust on it. In fact, as this has been rattled about in toolboxes for a while or whatever, these teeth here have actually caused some damage. Just here, look, you can actually see the teeth marks digging in there. There we go. Teeth marks. A little bit of scratching going on there as well. There's a little bit of paint, like household paint, on the hook here, and also on the handle just there. So I'll have to very carefully take that off. And we've got a little bit of wear, obviously, on the pivot pin on the threads just there, as you can see, where obviously the hook has been riding about. But that's in pretty good condition too. In fact, I think you can even see where they've threaded the hole here. Have burrs sticking out of that from where it was threaded. Look, they've not had time to wear down either. So it looks like somebody back in the 30s, 40s, or maybe in 50s, I'm not sure when, but probably 30s or 40s, has purchased this, and I don't think they've ever used it. It's just sat about somewhere and never ever been used. Alright, let's take a look at this one here then. This is 70s vintage, I would say. Looking at the handle here, the hook. Again, I don't think this one's been used either, to be honest with you. I don't know, somebody's painted this as well, look. They've gone to the trouble of painting it all. Get the pivot pin out again. That might have even been polished up a little bit to contrast with the black paint. Here's the hook. The holes are not elongated, which shows they've not been used very much at all, if ever. And so we've got this lovely paint on here, footprint. I'm just wondering what this little E here means. There's a little E in there. I don't know what that means yet. Made in England. Here's the handle. The stamping is a bit light. You can just about make out the foot there. Again, we've got no damage to the teeth at all. Nice and clean all over. So I'm just wondering to myself, why would somebody go to the trouble of purchasing a new footprint wrench back in the 70s, painting it black, and probably putting it on display somewhere? It's like some sort of like shelf queen. The other thing I thought of, maybe, perhaps back in the 70s, whoever had this passed their apprenticeship into plumbing or whatever, and this was maybe presented to them, and they didn't particularly want to use it, so he painted it black, polished up the pivot pin, sat it on a shelf somewhere, and probably even maybe purchased another one that he would actually use. So this is something, you know, that we'll never ever find out about. So you know, so we've got two very nice NOS footprint wrenches from two different periods, 70s, possibly 30s. But yeah, how interesting. Okay, so speaking of pricing for footprint wrenches, I have £1 on that one, £2.50 on that one. I can't remember, but this was last year, and I think this is £1.50 for that one. And I don't know how much Tool Addict paid for this one. But there is a guy at that very same car boot sale, and I wandered over to his stall maybe 6 weeks ago now, possibly 6 weeks ago, or a month ago, whatever it was. And I was looking over his nice tools and all this lot, and there was a footprint wrench in there. So I thought, oh, I like footprint wrenches. As you know, I seem to have a problem with footprint wrenches. And so I oiked it out, and I said to the guy, oh, how much for that? Not this particular one, but how much for that? Oh, I can sell these all day. He says, vintage tools are really selling at the moment. I can sell these all day, £10 a piece. So £10. The more you buy from me, the bigger discount you'll get, though. So yeah, £10 for that footprint wrench. So I'm like, what? And I walked off. No, not paying £10 for a bloody footprint wrench, that's for sure. But anyway, this Sunday, he's there again, isn't he? Now, bearing in mind that I just picked this up for £1. I bought 8 tools from the guy, and he charged me £8, so £1 for that one. Oh, because I didn't recognise them. Oh, some interesting tools here. So I dives in there, pulled out what appears to be exactly the same footprint wrench from all those weeks ago, and I says to the guy, oh, how much? Oh yeah, that's £8 for that one. Yeah, they're really popular at the moment. Yeah, not with me they're not, mate. So that went back in again. So in about 6 weeks it's gone down £2 or so. So yeah, eBay prices at the car boot sale? I think not. Let us move along to this little Abingdon #1 wrench here. When I got it on Sunday, it was particularly rusty and dirty, and what I didn't realise at the time, it was also seized solid. You just could not move the dynamic jaw. It would not move at all. It's nice and loose now, but just wouldn't go anywhere. So I spent an hour winding it a little bit, getting a screwdriver in here, levering it out, winding it, levering it out, and carried on like this for about, I don't know how long it took me to get it out. But it was completely rusted in, and you know, a load of rubbish in there. So then I gave it a scrub in some heavy duty cleaner, and you can see I've had it on the wire wheel, and it is quite a nice little wrench. So you get some idea of the age of the thing. If I'm not mistaken, this particular stamping here is from 1885 onwards. We have Abingdon here. The little dog's head is also just there. I think you can just about make that out just in there, look. There's the number 1. But also, whilst I was cleaning up, which became apparent, is there are some extra markings on here that somebody stamped into it. Let's see if we can find it. Wait a minute, it's on one. There we go. Right, so what have we got in here is what appears to be E16, and it's also in here on the jaw as well. Look, E16 is not quite so you know, clear here, but it's got E16. And the other thing it's got on the handle I found, and I love this, HHY, somebody's initials, possibly the first owner of this wrench. Who HHY was, unfortunately, we will never know, which is a shame. So it's going right back. So this could be from the 1900 time. So it's probably well over 100 years old. So who the original owner was, we'll never know. But I just thought I'd show it to you because I think it's come up quite nicely from what it looked like originally. I've got a drop of 3-in-1 oil in here. Runs as smooth as silk. And I might have a buyer for this on Monday when I return back to work, so that'll be good. On Sunday, you may remember, I also picked up a roll of floor covering for the kitchen here. This is what it looks like now. A lot nicer, as I'm sure you'll agree. I think it also looks like the deck of a pirate ship too, for some reason or another, but there we are. We've actually got a bit of offcut of that the floor covering there. As you can see, it's quite nice. It's quite thick stuff as well. Nice and soft to walk on as well, I can tell you. There we go. That's what it's got on the other side of it. It's a lot nicer than the other flooring we had in there. That wasn't particularly very good at all, but this stuff is much nicer. Okay then, so just as an update to Sunday's video, I now have 3 star buys. This little fellow as well. So I hadn't really looked at it, but I've spent some time yesterday and today looking at it and cleaning it all up. And as I say, this is like NOS. So whether somebody purchased it, put it aside and forgot about it, or never used it, or whatever, or whether it's you know, probably did, maybe it was stock in an old shop somewhere that recently closed and was thrown out. I don't know, we'll never know. But it's got paint on it here, so it's obviously been, you know, somewhere near where somebody's been working, chucking paint all over the place, look, as you can see. So I'm going to have to very carefully get that off. And then we've got our little shelf queen here. And then we've got the very nice King Dick auto wrench with its UK government markings just here. It's just a shame it's not got a year on it, really. And then I just thought I'd like to show you how nicely this little King Dick wrench came out. Well, it's actually in Abingdon, but yeah, same company I believe. And I actually got 3 King Dick wrenches on Sunday. Cleaned this one up, hoping to sell it with any luck on Monday. Okay then guys, well I hope you enjoyed coming over to the workshop. We didn't get dirty today at all really, I don't think. Probably maybe a little bit. But yeah, updated star buys. This little fellow here is joining the star buys from Sunday. 2 NOS footprint wrenches, the King Dick and the renovated King Dick. Oh, they're both King Dicks, aren't they? That's right, yeah, both from the same company then. Alright then guys, well thanks for popping over, thanks for taking a look, and I'll catch you back here in the workshop in the very near future then. Thanks for watching.
Ruff, ruff.